kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. As planned.
Mẹ nó cay té nhỏ. Hồi sinh nháy lâu vậy. Tiền sư cụ mày.
Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill.
Vãi cả trường. Chờ luôn.
Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. As planned. Do not interrupt. Get out of my way. News.
Nháy. Ui.
Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. As planned. Do not interrupt. Get out of my way. Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. As planned. Do not interrupt. Get out of my way. Double kill.
Ui, mẹ bắn nhanh ghê.
Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill.
Thật nào vứt súng đây.
As planned. Do not interrupt. Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill.
Ủa, phải bắn trước hay sao ấy, như kiểu bắn trước ấy. Mấy lần rồi.
Headshot. Double kill. Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. kill. Multi kill.
Wow.
Ultra kill. As planned. Do not interrupt.
Vãi cả lìn. Bay đi chết. Mẹ nó rủa thế rồi. Bay mà bắn trúng được.
Double kill.
Nhanh vãi.
Headshot. Double kill.
Đi chị nhảy ghét thật. Chém cái gì?
Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. As planned. Do not interrupt.
Ôi.
Double kill. Multi kill. Ultra kill. Double kill.
Ai chưa.
Double kill. Multi kill.
Ba trưởng 99. Điều thật. Game lỗi thật.
Double kill.
Ui, 20k kinh nghiệm. Để em xem có team không nhá. Hình như là không có rồi. Team này bắn được không? Được, team này bắn được, ghép được. Nó có cho ghép không vậy ta? Hỏi xem nào, còn slot không vậy bạn? chém dao chặn ông ơi, like chưa thấy chơi bao giờ, tôi có biết chơi che dao đâu. Căng đấy nhỉ, team này căng đấy, được đấy.
Rồi, ok.
Cho Huy BA nó vào.
Còn bao nhiêu anh?
Bây giờ con lan à?
Nó bắn được mà.
Slot anh.
7.
Còn 18 á.
18.
Còn ông Thắng ở ngoài kìa. Em bắn snip nha, em bắn tay hết nổi à. Em tát một trượt mãi luôn.
Huy vào chưa?
Tính về lúc sáng kìa.
Em vào rồi anh ấy. Vương cao.
Hôm qua chơi làm thua. Thua kèo cái. Thua. Lúc đầu thì đàn áp vậy, lúc đầu thì áp đảo. Có thứ hai
Ui,
dần,
mẹ,
có
bên
thứ
kia
ba
căng đấy.
thua.
Còn làm bên kia bắn được mà.
Luôn.
Bắn mấy lần rồi, bắn căng.
Mình bắn hơn bọn đấy nhiều nhưng mà mình kiểu mình cam linh tinh. Tối. Con hay phết.
Ra dưới đi, ra dưới đi.
Khó nè.
Sao đâu đấy?
Ôi nhà B2, nhà B2. Còn một.
Mu nè.
Nhắm với cửa B.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Về hồi sinh nó.
Chết một rồi.
Về hồi sinh nó.
Ui, hụt kìa.
Cao B.
Leo đẩy. Sao đẩy em?
Cẩn thận sao đẩy nhá.
Này Long
Khó nè.
Gom.
Nó B1 nha.
ไม่được.
Cẩn thận, sau lưng. Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Vào chân rồi. Rồi lỗ A này, cặp.
Bom ở B.
Ở dưới.
Mu nè.
Nước kìa.
A3 đẩy cái tay này.
K3 chết.
Khói nè. Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Ôi nó phụt thế.
Mu nè.
Lại luôn. Cờ B yếu, cờ B2.
Ngắm nè.
Xe xe.
Đâu xe. Đầu B.
Go.
Đầu xe.
Ôi một máu không theo, à một máu.
Một. Tôi
Ui,
rồi.
bịt comment nó chạy vô.
Đây.
Nó chạy
Khói nè.
Ấy hết ta.
Một chứ. Đấy.
Số 3. 2
Ý, tụi mẹ đâu muốn được.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Nhìn dốc của tôi với.
Mu nè.
Kia.
Hello.
Quá bình thường.
Một que, 16 que. Thế. Hột nữa chứ.
Khói nè.
Hành lá có.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Chưa 20 hành lang. Vùng ca.
Xe. Xe chạy tụ ba rồi. Tụ ba đâu ca rồi. Đâu ca. Hỏi đi. Xe một. Chân kìa.
Trời.
K1 lần cuối, Phun ca. Vẫn vuông ca này. Chưa 20 nhá. Gầm. Lấy lỗ. Đánh hòa nhá. Hello.
Trời ơi. bây giờ liên nào trên nó ngắm đây đi à.
Một đầu cao một ba cả. Ôi bắn tụt mãi thế.
Nhớ giờ dùng gì?
Lựu đạn nè, né đi. Mù nè. Không đồng ý.
Kìa, tí chết. Không ra đây nữa này.
Ra dưới nha.
Ông ke trên đi. À, ông ke dưới đi.
Khó nè. Mù nè. Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Chơi bóng góc nào à?
Xuống rồi. Nút mẹ còn nữa rồi.
Không thấy ai luôn. Hết phô rồi.
Khó nè. Mù nè. Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Trên nó
Ôi mẹ ơi.
cao nhà B này anh có mù ấy.
Cao một.
Mù mù sinh ơi.
Vuông ngang.
Ô, bên kia này hôm nay yếu thế à? Mà khi bắn hăng lắm mà. Hôm nay hơi yếu. Nào reset rank thế Huy á, cái đấy mình cũng chưa biết rồi. Chắc là cũng sắp rồi. Tôi cứ tưởng là giữa tháng này cơ.
Khó nè.
Nhưng mà sao lại lâu thế, mùa danh này lâu thế. Tôi bị tuột top đến nơi rồi, top 98 rồi.
Chạy trong vây rồi.
Lên hành lang bắt QBZ kìa. Ủa, không được, hành lang một máu lên nhà này. Misa một máu. Má ơi.
Hai mồm đến Quỳnh mồm.
Chỉ 91 nó bắn luôn một đầu. Khi nào có thông báo trước tầm 10 ngày. Có thông báo thì mới là kết thúc danh. Còn lâu. Chắc ít cũng phải nửa tháng nữa.
Khói nè. Mù nè.
Rào có này. Rào lên này.
Mù Tiến ơi.
Lựu đạn, né đi. Quá bình thường.
Trong rào. Đừng má đau thế nhở. Chạy được rồi nhưng mà mình mắc vào cái tường không chạy được. Ui, địt mẹ bắn nhỉ. Phá cả lì.
Khói nè. Lựu đạn, né đi. Mù nè.
B2 mù. Mít nước 1C, B5, B6, B7, B8. B8B.
Quá bình thường.
Một mồm và đang còn một mồm. Thằng 79 một
Vô
C
cơ.
luôn, một C luôn.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Ôi, đéo xuống nào.
Nhà B. Ê,
Bắn là 21 nữa.
Bảo một thì loạn lên rồi.
bắn cái gì cho nó vui bây giờ anh em. Bắn cái khẩu này đi. Thôi bắn 3Z đi. Bắn 3Z nha. Lấy 3Z là bắn. Bắn không được mới lên chơi tạc sau.
Anh em mình bắn 8 khẩu AK-12 đi. Mẹ chắc tem nó hỏa luôn đấy.
Khói nè.
Lên cái đâu có.
Mấy điên được quá.
Nhưng mà nó đéo sấy được thôi, sấy yếu.
Đâu, lên cái có đâu.
Anh đây.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Bay.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's probably working its way below the surface. On the surface, it might look A-okay, like just a little zit that you popped. But down below, that's where all the action's going. You know, you used to see it, like the guy said, just in hospitals and gyms, but you're starting to see it more and more in these other places. And I'm just saying, as somebody that works in a pharmacy and sees people come in with this stuff, get it checked out ASAP.
So how do you know, like, what about every single pimple cut you have on your body? Does that everyone... I mean, I don't know. Should everyone be checked out?
No, it's not so much that. It's also the source of where he got it. I mean, listen, he's in Kansas, and
so people in Kansas with acne should get always checked.
Doubtful. But I mean, if it looks like something that's not your ordinary zit, or it looks like something you pop and it's still leaving something there, and you got to have a Band-Aid, even if it's looking better. I mean, he's got the fortunate. He's fortunate that somebody came in to check him out and at least go, yeah, well, I think it could be this or that. But I'm telling you, if there's any inkling that it could be MRSA at all, even a 2% chance of MRSA. It's so bad. I've seen it.
No, I know. People can get their bodies cut up from.
And to back up Matt on the phone for a second, it's not all of Kansas that's in that state.
Well,
but Richard's talked about the cleanliness of his farm and and his house and
no, it's fine. I'm the dirty one. My parents and my farm are clean in Kansas, and meanwhile, Kansas is probably the cleanest state there is. Just because there's not a lot of people there. There's, not trash strewn everywhere, and it's a very clean state. It's very natural. So
it's like Sal with these facts.
Yeah, where did that one come from? It's the cleanest state in the country because there aren't a lot of people there?
I bet it's one of them, yeah.
So Wyoming is spotless?
I bet, yeah. It's all open fields, You ain't going to go and find dirty needles or something out in a wheat field out in the middle of nowhere.
Ralph Sorella, you're on the wrap-up show.
I think this flesh-eating disease is good for Richard because I think this will finally teach him to not be such a dirty fucking hillbilly, man.
I love how Ralph has it down to flesh-eating disease.
I know. Pretty soon I'm going to have, leprosy.
It'll be a catch-22. You'll want to, wash up. You won't have hands to wash up with anymore.
I also think it's funny how Richard loves horror movies and zombies and stuff, and he might be turning into one.
That excites him.
Yeah. This will be like that movie Cabin Fever with the flesh-eating disease.
Yeah, admit it. When you get something like that on your arm, you look at it, you're like, oh, so gross, it's so cool. You kind of like it.
I do admit it. I said that yesterday. I was like, you know what? If a bug came out of it, I would be really grossed out, but in a way, I would be like, wow, that's kind of like a horror movie, It's kind of neat, and I'll admit I love stuff like that.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about the current state of health of one of our most beloved whack packers, Blue Iris. We don't know where things are at, but we're pretty much wishing her the best, so we'll see where it goes.
I know Richard is really choked up about Blue Iris. He spent a lot of time with her.
Yeah, the guests on the show are sort of divvied up. I'm in charge of some of the whack packers, and I won't even deny it. I have sort of weaned myself off of that because I dealt with the whack packers for a lot of years, and I told, Will and I had this conversation early on when he first started working for me. He goes, my God, he goes, these people can suck the life out of you. I'm like, yes, they can, because they're just very high maintenance. So Richard takes care of some of the whack packers, Sal deals with some of them, Jason deals with some of them, and, I don't deal with as many of them as I used to.
Yeah, and Richard, I don't know if you want to come down for a little bit on this, but he was relatively close with Blue Iris. Like, they'd go out to lunch, and I know he's struggling with this.
Yeah, see, that's weird. Like, I always liked having Blue Iris on the show, and I thought she was a very nice lady, but the conversations that I tried to have with her in the green room just really never went anywhere.
Benji, were you close to Blue at all?
Not as close as Richard, but I sure liked her, and she had such a friendly, sweet attitude, and just... Yeah, she was really a nice person. I talked to her a couple times off air.
And what'd you guys talk about?
I just when I did that show at K-Rock, I was going to have her on, and we did an extensive conversation off air just to get ready for that. But just here in the hall, just say, hey, how are you doing? She was just always so, friendly, sweet.
Yeah, Richard, I know Richard's now joining us. I know you were close. A lot of people joke around because of her role on the show, and she certainly served a purpose and did a wonderful job at what she did. But the kidding aside, you were close to her, weren't you?
Yeah, whenever she would come to New York, my girlfriend and I would meet up with her for dinner. My girlfriend loved her. They would exchange gifts whenever she came to New York, and she was just really the sweetest lady. One of the sweetest ladies that you would ever meet, and just a real nice, genuine person. And it's just, it's such a bummer. She's such a nice lady. And it was kind of the same situation when Cliff Pallet passed away. He was just a real super nice guy. And I know Gary got to hang out with
There's
Cliff.
a guy that I spent some time with, and he was just the nicest guy in the world. Really a huge heart. And the thing about him was, I spent time with him down in Dallas. Everyone around the radio station, everyone around the town felt the same way about him. He's just a good guy. But with you and Blue Iris, Like, what would you talk about, or what was your common ground with her? Like, when you go out to dinner, what would you guys talk about?
She had a really, really interesting life, and she would tell us a lot of stories about her life. And she, it was a lot of fun just to hear about the things she did in California back in the 60s and 70s, but also she was really into comedy. She loved talking about old TV, which you would have loved getting into some conversations with her, John, about that. But she just loved comedy. She loved doing prank calls with me and Sal. We laughed a lot together, and she had a great sense of humor, and she was just a real fun person to be around.
It's so weird because you don't know how to talk about her because she's not really gone yet, is she?
That's the thing. I'm hoping for the best, but the things that we've heard, it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. But when it's like when all hope is gone, the person still is technically alive. It's always such a weird thing.
I know. I'm just, I'm praying that she's okay. But from the reports we've been getting, it's not sounding good.
Now, Richard, she has been rumored to be sick she has been sick for a long time and in and out of the hospital. Were you always worried about her? Or like, because when you found this out, I'm sure it hit you like a ton of bricks.
Oh, absolutely. And, you kind of... It's sad because she was sick quite a bit, and she always called from the hospital, and we always laughed about her voicemails where she had like urine in her feed and things like that. But it also, whenever I would get a voicemail like that, it made me worry. And this time it sounds very, very serious. Before she would call and laugh, she'd say she had a 13-pound thing in her stomach and laugh about it, and we'd play the voicemail and everybody get a kick out of it. But this time it doesn't sound like it's a thing that she would laugh about or that anybody would laugh about.
What's your fondest memory of her?
Making prank calls with her and just seeing how happy she was. And probably when we prank called Eric the Midget one time, and she just loved it, and Eric was getting mad at her and yelling and screaming, and it was just so funny that she was so youthful, and she was right there with me and Sal just laughing so hard at this childish stuff, prank calling.
Well, I hope the news we get isn't true, and she ends up being okay.
Yeah, I hope so too.
We should talk about. I'm trying to think of over the years who we've lost in the Whack Pack over the years. I think the first guy we ever lost was Froggy. Everybody remember Froggy?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember him, Richard?
Barely.
He was an interesting character. And then there's Kenneth Keith and
the
Cliff.
Original Bigfoot.
The original Bigfoot. That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hank, of course. Hank was one of those things where it was. I always think about this. It was so dramatic that Hank died. He was such a part of the show. And we were like devastated and talking about going to the funeral. And then 9/11 hit that Tuesday, and we just went off to it was hard to think about Hank. You know what I mean?
The thing about when Hank passed away, it was in USA Today. I remember reading about it.
Yeah, well,
too.
the great thing about Hank one of my favorite things about him was that we ran him for one of People's Prettiest People. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
and he was
I voted a bunch for him.
And he was he was leading for a while, and I think people got really freaked out and either rigged the vote or pulled the vote.
And he's the one Whack Packer that I always wanted to meet, as a fan, and never got to meet. And I'm so bummed I never got to meet Hank.
He's a guy I had, if you could get through, he was drunker, and drunkest. And when he was drunkest, you couldn't talk to him. But even when he was drunk, his mind functioned very well, and we would have great discussions about music.
Well, yeah, he beat you in rock and roll trivia.
But just talking to him about music, what kind of music he liked, or just throwing trivia questions back and forth. I hung out with him at Doug Goodstein's wedding, which was interesting.
Wasn't he the yarmulke? He handed out the yarmulkes.
He handed out the yarmulkes, but the other thing was he also had a good heart, and he loved Doug and Marla, and they told him if you fuck this wedding up, we'll never forgive you. And he had such love for Marla that he went out and got a haircut, got a suit, and didn't drink that night. He did not drink that night. He was on his best behavior. He was also sort of boring.
Tom in Rochester, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Hey, I just was wondering, are you going to be more upset when Blue Iris dies than you were when Cotton Hill died?
Well, yeah, obviously Cotton Hill's not a real person, but
I wanted to point that out.
I'm an emotional person. I'm sorry, but Blue Iris is